Happy New Year and welcome to the very first Angel Monday of 2023. I'm super excited to be here with you. I really missed you. It's only a week between. I only had one Monday off, but it feels like forever. But the energy's been really intense over the last few weeks, and I really think we've been doing a lot of major internal transformation and there's been a lot of cosmic help, a lot of spiritual help as we've been going through all of this. So, of course, it feels like a really long time because you've been going through so much and you've been shedding a lot of stuff that maybe you didn't even know was sitting in your energy field. You have been realizing how different you are from the beginning of last year and how much has changed. And that, of course, can be challenging because you realize that maybe some of the goals and dreams that you had aren't exactly as you don't want them anymore, or you don't want them to look the same as they used to. Maybe you've had some huge realizations about things that you've been putting up with that you are now ready to stop putting up with, and that perhaps you've been holding yourself back through that, but also you know, I think what's happening to us is that we're being forced to really have a reality check about our lives. And if you realize, okay, I can't keep doing things this way, or I can't not have these certain elements in my life. And you realize you've been tolerating, grief, pain, struggle, bad treatment, maybe you've been treating yourself badly. That can actually come with a lot of grief and a lot of sadness and even anger. And it's appropriate anger as long as you don't hold on to it, for 6 months. You have to work through it, but it's all about bringing things into your awareness so that you start to make changes. And the changes that are coming are blessings that they're going to bless you. They're not about holding you back, or the universe isn't punishing you, your angels aren't beating you up. They don't. They're all about love. But it's about you starting to raise your standards and your expectations for yourself. And we've been given this message a lot. The angels don't just give it to us once and then, they know that we're slow to catch on. They know that it's hard for us to turn. It's like we've got a big liner in the ocean, right? And you're steering it. And when you have to change something, sometimes, can you imagine a great big liner? You'd have to swing it around. It would take a while to get that liner to turn around and go the other way. It's the same for your life. You've had momentum. You've got all these things that support who you are right now. Even if they're things that aren't great, they are literally kind of contributing energy and momentum to where you are right now. So you have to start to choose something different and add momentum to that. But it all starts with a decision. All starts with a decision. What did you just say, Ali? Not as thick as some. That's true. Are you English? Because I think it's an English thing, right? Or maybe it's Aussie to say thick. Like I don't hear it very often here. Um, yeah. So some of us need tapping on the head a few times. And even if we are really awake and aware, and I really dislike this thing where people talk about, the awakened people and the unawakened people. Like, of course, there's people that are more spiritually focused. There's people that are aware of energy, and there's people that aren't, but it doesn't make them lesser or more. What it just means is that they're doing a completely different soul contract this lifetime than you are. And you just can't put people down. When becoming spiritual and putting people down is, what's the word? It's like a contradiction. It's not real. You're in your ego if you're putting people down. So that's not your spiritual self. Hello and happy new year. Hi Jessica. Hi Dee. Hi Jenny. But sometimes I feel very thick about some of my guidance, and sometimes I feel quite cool, quite switched on. Yeah, depends on the day. From an old potato chip ad, but yes, thick is an old saying. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're from Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got ya. So we're going to be doing two readings today. I'm going to bring through some messages from the angels about 2023, a little bit of a what do they want us to know, what's happening. And one of the things, even, as soon as I sit down to do a reading or anything like this, the angels have this habit of starting to talk to me straight away. And I'm sort of trying to set up the technology and they're doing, and say this and say this. And I'm like, hurry up, just slow down. I've got to set up first. So one of the things that they said that we are we're in a position right now because all of the hard work that you've been putting in to yourself, to your projects, to your business, to your study, whatever it is that's important to you. And I imagine, let me know in the comments, have you felt at some point in the last year like, oh my God, I'm doing all this work, I'm doing all the right things, I'm working on my energy, my positive thoughts, and still I feel like I'm being held back. I still feel that there's something that just isn't slotting into place, or I'm just feel invisible, or I feel like there's some energies around me that just keep coming in and I don't want them there. Have you felt like that? Like as if you've been on pause, like, come on, angels, take your foot off of the brake and let me go forward. And if you have felt like that, I have felt like that too. And the angel said today, 2023 is about your dreams coming true. The hard work that you've put in is going to start accelerating your progress in 2023. So I have got goosebumps just saying that right now, right on the top of my head and everywhere. So that's the angel saying, yes, Rachel, you heard us right, correct. So what you've been doing is going through some hard spiritual lessons. You've been working through the karma of the past. So, sometimes it takes a while. Do you remember what I said about steering that ship and getting it to turn around? It takes a while to shed the karma or the cause and effects of our previous experiences. I have a friend that used to say, an old friend used to say, you sometimes have to work yourself out of a negative situation. And it's true. Like sometimes we just want to say, see ya, I'm out. But it has echoes, or there's still tendrils, or there's still things that we have to do to complete. So there are old spiritual lessons that you've still been learning. You've also had to see, sometimes as spiritual people, I think we've got blinkers on, that we're like, I'm love and light, everyone else is love and light, everyone is lovely, I'm not going to look at the negative. And then we sort of tolerate things and people in our life because we don't want to be a negative person. We don't want to be unforgiving, uncompassionate. We're like, oh, they've been through a lot. But the universe is getting really real with us, and it's saying, you can't, plant a seed in acidic earth and expect it to flourish. So you had to be shown the situations, the relationships, the environments, the ways of thinking that really were causing harm to you, undermining your hard work, and lovingly release them. And sometimes lovingly release them is like, see ya, I can't do this anymore. Sorry, bless you, love you, let you go. I love you from a distance. But we have to do it, and we don't like doing it because we know we come from love and light, and we know that everyone is a soul, and deep down that's not their true self. But we have to step away from these situations. So I had to learn a really harsh lesson with someone who I really looked up to, really thought a lot of, and really, really wanted to help. And they just really kind of went off in my face like a firework. And that hurt me deeply, but I had to step away from that and not try go, hey, no, I'm actually a really nice person. I just had to step away from it and go, okay, that taught me the lesson to focus on things that I need to focus on to grow. Sometimes we try to help other people and we try to drag other people up with us before we're where we want to be. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving money to charity, helping out homeless, helping out a friend. But sometimes you try to do it on a mass level, right? You're trying to be Mother Teresa or whoever, I can't think of anyone else, but right now you're trying to do all of this stuff, but your support system of your own life isn't being held up, isn't enough. And so it only takes a few things to pull you down back under to that low vibration, or to that feeling broke and skint again, or to never getting around to finishing your own project when you've got people that you're dragging. So I had to learn not to do that anymore, to not hold space for people that you know, in a business sense, who weren't people who were my clients, and to not hold space for situations and people that it wouldn't serve me as well. Because we have to give. We're in a new paradigm now, light workers. We have to give from a place of being fulfilled. We have to give from a place of energy exchange. And then the higher you get as your fulfillment grows, the more you have to share with others. But if you try to do it when you're right at the bottom too much, it just undermines and chops you under. So that's one of the things I had to realize and notice as well. Let me know if that's you too. So, and I'm not saying don't help people. You know, I think sometimes we've got to do random acts of kindness. We've got to support people, but we also have to support ourselves. We can't do it from an empty place. So the angels are saying in 2023, all of the hard work that you're putting in, even from here on in, is going to have a more rapid response energy, where you're going to feel the energetic, the positive energy you put out paying you, right, rewarding you, reflecting back at you. And as long as it's not coming from ego, if you're doing something from a place of like, oh, look at me, how amazing I am, it's not going to work as well. And it's not going to work as well if you're coming from that place of do you know what I mean? And sometimes we're like, where are all my customers? It that doesn't really work either. We've got to come back to that focus on service, but also make sure that you're setting yourself up for success with the right elements in place. And coming back to why you're doing things, because as we move forward, we want to help others. And as we uplift others, we can't teach them that in order to uplift yourself, you have to self-sacrifice. We just perpetuating a cycle that's coming to an end. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards. I love all the comments here. Thank you, William in Oklahoma. Is it cold there at the moment? So yeah, and if you're in a slump, oh, Florida, hi. If you're in a slump, then start to just simple affirmations. Give yourself a couple of meditations in a day. Do a guided meditation, or sit on a cushion for 5 minutes and do some deep breathing. Ask Archangel Michael to shower you in light and exhale the fear. Just do little baby steps to add more light to your energetic field, rather than just sitting in it. You know, it's tempting to sit in it. I had a slump between Christmas and New Year too this year, but I was tired as well. The ego is not your amigo. All the comments are coming fast and furious. Hey, the beginning of winter where you are. Yeah, so we're warm and sunny here in Australia. So to get a reading with me, Leanne, I'm going to be doing a reading right now, and then but you can go over to my website for that. Overgiving ends in resentment. That's right. And you know, we give from a place of generosity and love, but we end up poisoning the giving because we get resentful. And I think that now we have phones that we're carrying around with us all the time. The potential is that the people can text you anytime, day or night, right, from all over the world. You can have text messages coming in your phone, comments on your posts, negative people, positive people, pulling at your energy. And if you feel that kind of guilt that I sometimes do, like, oh, you know, I haven't answered every comment on that post, or I haven't answered all my DMs, or I haven't answered all my emails, and oh my God, there's emails on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. And you answer them anyway because you feel guilty, you actually poison the energy. So you know, you may as well just not do it, and come back when you're topped up and your energy is right, and you know, all of that. All right, so we're working today with Archangel Metatron, who insisted in being here, and Archangel Michael, as always, which that's why I'm wearing blue today, because of Archangel Michael's energy. And both of those archangels are very much angels of raising your vibration, clearing away all that no longer serves you, helping you to be very, very crystal clear about what you're putting out into the universe and what comes back. Hi, Kathy. Hi, William. Yeah, I'll think of you when I'm on the beach, and I'm often, sometimes when it's hot, I'm wishing for snow, William. It was 40 degrees here the other day. Ooh. All right, so, okay, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel, thank you for giving us some messages that we most need to know for the year ahead, and then I'm going to ask you for the week ahead. So this is important stuff. Keep a hold of this or write it down, and then I really love looking back on old readings and going, oh my goodness, because as they unfold. So we're working with the Archangel Power Tarot deck. And one of my favorite decks. My hands are hot, hot, hot. Okay. So Archangel Michael has really stepped in with this one. So the first card out is the present situation, what we're learning right now, what we most need to know right now. And this is the perspective card. Now, if you look at the angel in the card, Archangel Samuel, who's the angel that helps us to find what we're looking for, yes? Whether it's your car keys, your soulmate, your career, the customers for your business, Samuel's hanging upside down. There's this sort of circus tent, all these lights, and he's hanging upside down because he's looking for a new perspective. He's looking at, he's saying, when you change your thoughts, you change what you see. So it's time for you to change your thoughts. And Archangel Michael's standing beside me with the sword. And he's saying, whatever situation you feel stuck in, or you feel isn't working for you, or you're feeling kind of overwhelmed and like paralyzed, frozen, is to change your thoughts about it. Try to look at it from a different, more optimistic perspective. Ask the angels to help you see this from a different point of view. You know, what could be going on? Maybe something happened and it's hurt you. If you can sort of look at it from a more objective place, maybe it probably wasn't about you, and not in a negative way, but just in the fact that sometimes people act hurtfully, but they're not really coming from a place of wanting to hurt you. They're coming from a place of suffering in their own stuff. So wherever it is, it's time to look at things from a new perspective. The angels are showing me this. They're saying, widen your vision, make it bigger. So when you're thinking about your intentions for the year, make them bigger, be more clear, be more specific. So there may be a different way for you to move forward. And if you just rush into things, you're going to sort of look back and go, oh, I wish I'd done that slightly differently. So there's guidance dropping in for you about how you can, what steps you can take. So be aware of what shows up in the next 7 days, 24 hours in particular. Might be an ad or something that shows up that shows you how to do your thing, whatever it is, shows you what's possible, shows you how to shift away from whatever's bothering you. So this is the year ahead. They're saying a change in perspective, a way to look at things differently, and a way for you to feel like you're seen and heard and you're contributing to the world. The guidance, exactly what I said right at the beginning. This is the wheel. It's about moving forward when before you felt like you were going backwards or just stop still, right? And it's frustrating. The frustration is coming to an end. Delays are over. Things are moving ahead. This is Archangel Jeremiah and the wheel. So it's about positive new beginnings. So even if you're not feeling positive right now, just think of 3 positive things that you would like to happen. It's like opening a crack in a window when you're in a hot room, you know, like it's like a little tiny bit of light and air that comes in makes all the difference. So bring out a little speckle of positivity and things will start to move in that direction. The angels are like, we're right here. Something shifted from the solstice that moved out of the way some of the things that were blocking us from connecting with our spiritual friends. our angels, our ancestors, and our spiritual guides and the divine. And so now it's like there's a quicker manifesting period. There's like a shorter gap between where you are and where you want to be. This is this year, moving forward, shifting forward. Thank you. Thank you. And the outcome card for this year, I'm not going to do a month by month because we'll be here for hours, but the outcome card for this year is wishes fulfilled. It couldn't be a nicer card. Look at this. So the angel now, we're now with the 9 of Ariel. Look at the angel. So this time we've gone from hanging upside down in a kind of a place of feeling a bit stuck, delayed, or even maybe feeling a little bit kind of on pause, to shifting things, moving forward, the angels coming down and helping us to move things, and you starting to move things as well in the direction of your dreams. Nothing worse than feeling stuck. And when you feel stuck, you can forget where you're going. If you've got somewhere to go, you've got a goal in mind, an intention, that's what gets the wheel moving. That's what brings the guidance. And then we have Archangel Ariel showing you galloping up the hill happily, rainbow over your head, the unicorn. I mean, this is wishes fulfilled. This is things coming to fruition. You're starting to move. And it's not really about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about feeling better. You know, we pray for abundance, but then we limit our abundance in our everyday life by not allowing ourselves to enjoy life. So maybe a gratitude practice will help you to get that wheel moving. Just think of things that you're really grateful for. You know, I had a minor operation, like surgery, before Christmas, and the general anesthetic really knocked me around, and I just got really sad, really, really sad. Don't mind saying that. And then I went to stay in a hotel, and when I went for a walk around the streets, I saw all these homeless people, and I was like, jeepers, Rachel, like, snap out of it, you know. There's people who are sleeping on the streets, and you're sleeping in a hotel. And that really helped me, but also I did give some money to some homeless people too. Didn't just walk past them and use their sadness, you know, but it just really helped me get things in perspective, right? I got a change in perspective. So think about that. Like, even in your worst moments, there are still things to be grateful for. That's the point that I'm making here. And it looks like a really successful year, a year where you can actually feel yourself doing the things that you've always wanted to do. And, you know, the angels can guide us, they can clear us, they can protect us, but they can't do it for us. If you need to, you know, write your book, write your book. Write it. Start to write 500 words a day. If you are setting up your business, keep taking action on setting up your business. It's about taking those solid action steps this year. That's what's really important. I really love that. Thank you, Jerry. Happy New Year to you there in Florida as well. Lots of Floridians. I love Florida. Hi, Kathy. You're moving away from it. I am so happy for you and proud of you. And Archangel Michael will help you every step of the way. Remember, little steps make big dreams come true. And you know, reaching out to your angels for support, and reaching out to people for support too. You know, that's really important when you're moving away from something like that. And doing little things for yourself to bring your confidence back. All right, so should we do a reading for the week? I think that would be really nice. Hi, Rebecca. Happy New Year to you. All right, so let's go with the Archangel Michael deck. So Archangel Michael, and I'm feeling Archangel Gabriel coming in right now. I'm seeing the golden, white. When Gabrielle came in just then, it was like a swirl. You know, when the curtains swirl on a sunny day and they kind of push outwards, the drapes. It was like a swirl of white and gold cloth. And then I saw the end of the trumpet that Gabrielle carries. So Gabrielle and Archangel Michael, thank you for being with us today. Now, Gabrielle is great for helping us to take action. If you really need a good fluffy slipper, angel boot, as that will, Archangel Gabriel is the one that really motivates you to get going, to do things. All right, so this week, starting the 2nd of January to the 9th of January, 2023, what guidance do you have for us, angels? Okay, wow. All right, he's just told me to pull another one. All right, here we go. First card. Look at this beautiful card. Another Radley Valentine deck. The way forward is open. Do you remember over solstice? We did that. So if you haven't done my solstice meditation, go back a few videos. The angels had us open an energetic gateway. That gateway is well open. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. You live in a universe of infinite possibilities. So recognize that those infinite possibilities are available to you. If you sit in, there was only one way and I've missed it, I've lost it, or I can only think of one thing and I can't do that, therefore I'm stuck forever. Yeah, you're going to feel depressed, right? Because that's not your natural state. The universe has infinite possibilities. Just because you haven't thought of them, talk about us sometimes being a bit slow to catch on, right, as humans, is that we get all involved in ourselves and we kind of forget that we're connected to infinite possibilities. And we don't have to think of them. They'll be shown to us if only we are open to that. But if we insist, no, 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 it's a load of old tosh and I'm not tuning in, then we won't have access to that. So the angels here are saying opportunities are showing up for you. Gabriel and Michael are going to guide you to those opportunities. They're going to show you those open doors. There are still things to learn, of course. We haven't sort of reached nirvana. We've gone through a really difficult period, but there are tweaks to be made to your plans, to your dreams. There are action steps that you need to take in order to get the energy moving. So it might be that you need to let something go, or maybe you need to actually do something different. You know, clutter clearing is a great idea because clutter clearing makes room for new energy. You know, so if you, let's just say you want to move house, go through your house and get rid of all the stuff that you don't use or need or like anymore, and that's going to make room for that new energy to come in. It's also going to make it easier for you to move. You know, if you're trying to get your business going and you want more clients, declutter your office, your wallet, your car, you know, make room for those things to come in, and then listen for any guidance about maybe those things that you need to stop doing or start doing in order for that to happen. So this is a period, just like Shamuel showed us before with the upside down angel, a period of reflection is important. So then this is life purpose. You know, when you see 999 on a number plate or on something, you see 999, it means light worker, get on with your life purpose. It's like the angels are doing sirens and cheer pom-poms, and they're saying, come on, get on with it, stop procrastinating. This is a year for you to step on, fully commit to your life purpose. If you don't know what that is, then that's part of your intentions for this year, is to discover, uncover, fulfill your divine life purpose. When you're working with purpose, whether it's a project that you're passionate about, or you know, your business that you're working on, or whatever it is, you get, so there's an excitement, there's a positive energy, you feel purposeful, you feel aligned, things start moving. It's such a good feeling. So even if you don't know what you are meant to be doing in the world, do something that gives you that feeling. It might be creative, it might be helping others, whatever it is. Embrace your purpose. That's for this week. So do something purposeful this week that feels part of you, what you're here to do or be in this world. And sometimes we can narrow it down to today, like, what am I here to do right now? Like for the beautiful soul Kathy, right now your purpose is to get away from that abusive situation. That's your purpose right now. You can't get on with it, the next step, until you've done this. And so that's what the angels are focusing on you doing, taking those steps. So listen, tune in. Like, what's your intuition been repeatedly telling you? What are your angels nudging you? What are the signs? Maybe you've got to speak to someone professional who can help you. Maybe you've got to find out what your rights are. It's like those things we have to do that are our purpose right now. So yeah, William, we can pray and send peace and whatever that is, the end of the war. And if there's nothing that we can physically do right now, but there's also things that you can do to bring more peace into your life right now too. And if it's part of your intention to see the world be a more peaceful place, remember, I remembered recently the saying, if it's going to be, it's up to me, right? We can only do so much, but we can also do a lot, because when we start with peace in our own hearts, that makes a huge difference, not judging other people, all that kind of stuff. So what is it that you can do this week that moves you along in your life purpose? We don't focus on those things, Bolesky, Alan. Those things are in existence in our world, but what we focus on is what we manifest more of. So if we keep pointing at things and saying, isn't that awful, isn't that awful, isn't that awful, I mean, one, we can ask the angels to help kids, right, to focus on the light, but we have to do the work ourselves. But we also have recognized that whilst there's always going to be a polarity in our world. Yeah, I'm really excited for this year too. And I don't make negative predictions. I don't make any predictions, because our future, whether it's the future of the US or the future of Australia or the future of me or the future of you, it's not written in stone. So we have no right to cast aspersions about what the future will hold in a negative way, because we're powerful creators. So we want to keep things positive. That's what I do here, and that's all I'm interested in doing. And the outcome is keep your prayers positive. So for all of you that are concerned about world events or country events or other people, keep your prayers positive. Your prayers are being answered. They're being heard and received by your angels. Now, I'm running a special event not next week, in 10 days, for the new year, and it's an Archangel Gabriel, activate your highest intentions. So it's a 90-minute Zoom session where you can come and join me live, or you can wait for the replay if the time doesn't suit you. It's on the 12th of January, US time, 6:30 p.m. And on the 13th of January, Australia, Sydney time at 6 p.m., 10 a.m. 6 p.m. US, 10 a.m. on the 13th. In Sydney, Australia time. So I'd love you to join me for that. And Archangel Gabriel, as I said before, puts a fire under us when we've got strong intentions, gives us motivational, clear, meaningful guidance steps for us to take. And I'm also going to clear your energy of anything that holds you in feeling small, negative, less than, not enough. We're clearing all of that out. We're taking off your invisibility cloak. We're taking out that fear and doubt that says, I can't do it. And we're going to get some very clear guidance for you from the angels. So that's on 13th of January. The link is in the comments. Archangel Gabriel, attunement to activate your highest intentions. It's going to be a very powerful event. And I take you through a guided soul journey with the archangels. We go up to the archangel realm and we clear the energy, attune you to Gabriel, and then we're going to activate and release your intentions. And I'll even help you set your intentions on that session, because I know that can be tough. I want to help you set your intentions correctly so that you're getting... I just had a beautiful email from one of my clients recently who was on my angel communication program. And during the program, she said, I want to manifest some extra money. And I said, you need to say how much money you want to manifest. And she was like, really? I have to be that clear? And I said, yes, you have to be specific. So I don't know what the amount was, but she wrote it down. She asked the angels for that exact amount of money. Now, she was setting up her business, and she was concerned that that money wasn't going to come in until the business was ready. But she has, apparently in the US, you have to do a lot of paperwork and you have to do a lot of things to get your business going before you can actually start earning money. So she was in that process. So she thought that money probably won't come until later. When she went to work, they offered her a new position, and the additional money she would earn was exactly what she'd asked for in her prayers during the program. So that's what setting intentions is about, is asking for specifically what you want and need. And of course, sometimes there's guidance, right? There's steps you have to take. And other times they'll just go, okay, and an opportunity will open for you. So that's your reminder right now for you to be really clear about what you're asking for, and not be negative, but also, sometimes we feel guilty asking for what we want for some silly reason. We've been told that it's wrong to ask for what we want. It's not wrong. Ask for what you want. Okay, some of these comments. I love you all dearly. So I don't do readings on these lives. I do this every Monday. I do a reading for the collective for all of you who are here. And the angels are working through me to you and to you directly. So what I've talked about today is part of the answers to your prayers. If you want a private reading with me, you can do that. You can go over to rachelskoltok.com and book a reading with me. That's how I do my readings now. I want to honor you. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't really enjoy doing one-on-one readings in this circumstance. So love and blessings to you all. I'm about to jump on in about 20 minutes. I'm going to go over to Instagram Live and do a reading there. So you're quite welcome to join me over on Instagram. I'm also the upcoming attunement. So I do a monthly Archangel attunement, 90-minute on Zoom every month. And it's a way for you to connect with me, connect with the angels, cleanse your energy, right? We need this on a regular basis. It's heavy going out there in the world, as you can tell. And you probably feel heavy sometimes, not because there's anything going on particularly for you, but because you're carrying the emotional energy of others. You're carrying the pain of the world in your energetic field. You're sensitive. Our aura is porous. And sometimes you're like a little crystal. Crystals they work so well because they tend to draw in the negative energy of their environment. That's why we've got to put them outside under the sunlight and moonlight often to cleanse them. You're like a little crystal. You draw that pain in because you're so concerned about it. You want to see change. And that means you've got to clear your energy regularly. So I've set up these monthly energy clearing sessions with the archangels, which are very powerful, very palpable. People see things, feel things during these sessions as the energy is being lifted, to put you back in your higher self, to connect you with source so that your vibration is nice and high and you can continue to put the love and light out into the world that you do. So I do them monthly. You can join one, you can join them all. For a limited time, you can book all of them for 2023 so that you never need to miss one and your ego won't talk you out of coming to one. And you get them for a much, much lower price. So that deal is up for a few more days if you want to do that. It's the Archangel Attunements package and it's on my website. Okay, sometimes I need a moderator. So angel blessings to you all. Happy New Year. And remember to love yourself first. Top yourself up. And I appreciate you all for being part of my world. I'll see you next Monday. And sending you lots of love. Bye. Thank you.